Have you ever tried very hard and still failed? Have you ever wanted something so much, but your steps felt heavy, slow, or tired? Maybe you tried again and again, and nothing worked. Maybe you looked at yourself and thought, why is this so hard for me? It's okay. Many of us feel this way. We try, we fall, and sometimes we start to believe that maybe we are not strong enough. Maybe we are not smart enough. Maybe other people can rise, but not us. But today, I want to share a simple idea that can change the way you look at failure. A simple idea that can help you breathe a little easier, move a little slower, and still grow. The idea is this: fall 100 times, but rise 101. You don't need big words to understand this idea. You don't need perfect English. All you need is an open mind and an open heart. In this episode, we will talk about what this idea really means, why it matters, and how you can use it in your own life, even when things feel difficult. By the end, I hope you will feel a little lighter, a little stronger, and a little more ready to rise again. Let's begin. Let's start with a simple question. What does fall 100 times but rise 101 really mean? It does not mean you must fail 100 times. It does not mean you must suffer again and again. It means something softer, something deeper. It means this: no matter how many times life pushes you down, you can stand up one more time. When we say fall, we are not only talking about falling on the ground. Fall can mean many things. It can mean you make a mistake. It can mean your plan does not work. It can mean you feel lost, confused, or scared. Many people fall in this way every day, and it is normal. It is a part of growing. And rise means to stand up after you fall. It means you try again. It means you breathe, you learn, and you take one more step. The word is simple, but the feeling is powerful. To rise is to believe that the story is not finished yet. Why is this important? Because sometimes after we fall, our mind becomes quiet and heavy. We start to tell ourselves, I am not good enough. I cannot do this. This is too hard for me. But here is the truth. Your brain grows when you try again. Your heart becomes stronger when you keep going. Your confidence becomes bigger when you rise after a fall. You don't need to rise fast. You don't need to rise perfectly. You just need to rise one more time. One small step. One small try. One small moment of courage. Courage means being brave even when you feel afraid. Think about this idea for a moment. Every fall gives you information. Every fall teaches you something. And every time you rise, you become a new version of yourself. A little wiser, a little braver, a little more ready for the next step. This is the heart of the idea. Fall 100 times, because falling is part of life. Rise 101, because rising is part of you. Now, to understand this idea more deeply, let's look at a simple story. A small story about a young boy and his journey to rise again. Now, let me tell you a simple story. It is a small story, but it carries a big message. It's about a boy named Leo and his dream to ride a bicycle. Leo was 8 years old. He watched other kids in the park. They rode their bikes fast, happy, free. Their wheels moved smoothly. Their faces were bright with joy. Leo looked at them and thought, I want to ride like that too. One day, his father gave him a small blue bicycle. Leo felt excited. He touched the handlebars. He sat on the seat. He felt like he was ready. But when he pushed the pedals for the first time, he lost his balance and fell to the ground. He felt the pain on his knee, and tears came quickly. That was his first fall. The next day, he tried again. He breathed deeper this time. He held the bike tighter. He pushed the pedals slowly and fell again. This time he didn't cry, but he felt scared. He looked at the bike and whispered, "Maybe this is too hard for me." On the third day, he tried one more time. He pushed, the bike moved, and again he fell. This fall felt heavier, not because of the pain, but because of the fear growing inside him. He felt small. He felt weak. He felt different from the other kids. He thought, maybe I will never learn. Maybe I should stop. Leo was ready to give up. But his grandmother was watching him from the garden. She walked to him, sat beside him, and said softly, "Leo, everybody falls. Every strong person you see has fallen many times." Leo looked at her. "Really?" he asked. His grandmother smiled and touched his shoulder. "Yes," she said. "You can fall 100 times. But if you stand up 101 times, you win. Not against others. You win against your fear." Her words were simple, but they stayed in his heart. That evening, Leo tried again. He didn't try fast. He didn't try perfectly. He just tried gently. He pushed the pedals one more time, slowly, carefully, and this time he stayed up for 5 seconds. 5 small seconds. But for Leo, it felt like flying. He smiled for the first time in days. He felt a warm light inside him. He understood something. The fall did not decide his future. The rise did. The rise was his power. Leo practiced again the next day, and the next, and the next. He still fell sometimes, but now he knew how to stand up. And each time he rose, he felt stronger, braver, and more alive. This is Leo's story. Simple, small, but very true. And maybe in some ways it is also your story. Because all of us fall. But what matters, what truly matters, is that we rise again. Now let's talk about you. Let's talk about your life, your path, and your next rise. Now let's talk about you. Let's talk about your real life, your real challenges, and your own rises. Everyone falls. But sometimes, after we fall, we feel ashamed or tired. We think, why can't I do this? Why is life so hard for me? But remember this. Falling is normal. Falling does not mean you are weak. Falling means you are moving. So, how do you rise again? How do you rise for the 101st time? Let's look at 3 simple ideas. First, take one small step. A step does not have to be big. It can be 5 minutes of practice. It can be one message you send. It can be one page you read. Small steps are strong steps. Small steps remind you that you can move forward, even slowly. Second, ask yourself one simple question. What can I try again, just one more time? This question is gentle, and it opens your mind. It does not ask for perfection. It only asks for effort. When you ask this question, your brain begins to look for possibilities. Your heart begins to feel hope again. Trying again, even in a very small way, builds confidence inside you. Third, be kind to yourself. Kind means soft and gentle. Kind means you talk to yourself like a friend, not like an enemy. When you fall, don't say, "I'm stupid." Don't say, "I always fail." Instead, say, "I tried. I can try again." Self-kindness gives you energy. It helps your mind stay open, calm, and ready to rise. You don't need to rise fast. You don't need to rise perfectly. You don't need to rise in the same way as other people. You only need to rise one more time than you fall. That is enough. That is strength. That is growth. Think about your own life for a moment. Maybe there is something you stopped doing because it felt too hard. Maybe there is something you want, but you feel afraid to try again. Maybe there is a dream in your heart that is waiting for your next small step. Remember this. Your story is not over. You are still growing. Every rise you make, even the smallest one, changes you. Every rise makes you stronger inside. So rise again, slowly, gently, bravely, in your own way, in your own time. Rise for yourself. Rise for the person you want to become. And now, let's bring all these ideas together. Let's move to the final part of our journey today. We have talked about falling. We have talked about rising. And now I want to leave you with something simple, something you can carry with you today. Life is not a straight line. Sometimes we move forward. Sometimes we fall down. But every fall teaches us something, and every rise makes us stronger. You don't need perfect English. You don't need perfect skills. You don't need a perfect life. You only need the courage to try again. Just one more time. Remember the message of this episode. Fall 100 times, but rise 101. Rise slowly. Rise gently. Rise in your own way, but keep rising. And here is one small thing you can do today. Think about one place in your life where you can rise again. Just one place. Maybe a dream you stopped. Maybe a plan you paused. Maybe a hope you forgot. Give it one small try. One small step. One small rise. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for opening your mind and opening your heart. Stay slow, stay gentle, and keep rising.